back. This is a video that I have thought about doing like several times now, and I just never got around to doing it. But like I have people ask me questions like all the time about like, like this brand messaged me on Instagram, like, is this legit? Do you think I should do it? And 9 times out of 10, it's a scam. And I'll be like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. But enough people have asked me that I'm like, maybe I should do a video on this. Just I've never gotten around to it. Like I had so much other content that I wanted to create that I just didn't do this. So today we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of being an influencer. I don't really like calling myself an influencer because I don't feel like I'm very influential. Like if I've ever influenced you to try a brand or a product or something, that's awesome. But I just don't feel like an influencer. Like I don't like that term. I create content. I'm a content creator. That's what I like to call myself. But we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of doing what I do, because there's a lot of do's and don'ts and no one seems to talk about it. And I feel like, anyone who's just starting out, like I did like a year ago, you don't know things. You fall into traps, and I don't want you guys being taken advantage of by anyone, period, ever. Just no, we're not going to do that. So I hope you guys find this informative, and I would like to thank Cody J, because a lot of the stuff that I learned from him because he was the only one who would tell me. Yeah. Something that I learned the hard way. Everyone talks a good game about there's room at the table for everyone, and like if one of us wins, we all win. But when you tweet what exactly goes in a brand email, crickets. No one wants to talk about what to do to actually succeed. They just want to gripe about not succeeding. And I'm like, but what do I need to do? What do I say? What should I put in it? Like, what do I do? Finally, Cody J told me. So shout out to him for being a real help. Like he's honestly helped me so much. Like some people call him problematic, but I have nothing but good things to say about him. Like I don't know. We vibe, I guess. I don't know. But shout out to Cody. I'll leave his channel link down below if you guys want to check him out, because like he's awesome. He's actually an MUA, like he knows his stuff. So check him out. But if you like someone who doesn't know their stuff, who's a hot mess, hit subscribe if you haven't already, because honey, stick around. I'm a mess. So the first thing that I recommend is obviously you have to have a social media presence. Like you have to be on social media. You have to try and connect with audiences on social media, because that's what you need to do. Like that's how brands find you. That's how they interact with you. That's how they expect you to show their product off. So you got to be on social media. You got to be on it. I mean, I don't want to say like X amount of hours a day, but like just be prepared to spend a certain amount of your day checking in on social media, liking posts, talking with people, because you have to. Like if you want to do this, you have to. Like that's just part of it. But my recommendation, like to gain followers, do not do follow for follow, first of all. Like that's a very popular thing and you will gain a lot of followers from it. However, what brands really look at besides your follower count is your engagement rate. So if you're doing follow for follow, you're going to gain a lot of followers, but they're not necessarily going to interact with your content. They're not going to like your posts or comment on your posts. And that's what brands are really going to look at, is how many people actually interact with your posts versus how many followers you have. I mean, they look at followers too. Like it's good to have a lot of followers, but follow for follow, don't do it. Just don't. Like if you're just starting out, like say you have like 30 followers, it might be beneficial for you, but eventually it's going to bite you in the butt. But engagement groups are great. Like that's really like what launched me into the beauty community. When I started on Twitter, like I joined the beauty community on Twitter, I had 32 followers. I'm at 1141, I think, as of right now. So, and that was in January of this year. Okay, that I had 32, and I've grown it to over 1,000 just from marketing my behind off and joining engagement groups. So you want to join engagement groups. Like, they will help you. You gain like all of those people as followers. You interact with each other's posts, so your posts get put out there to other people. It's a really good thing to do. However, some of them can be really strict on what they want you to do. Like, you have to like everyone else's posts and like comment, and it has to be like so many words, and like emojis don't count, and like you have to save all their stuff, and just like some of them have a lot of rules. And if you're someone who doesn't have time to keep up with all of that, don't join that group. But like, there's a lot of groups out there. If you just pay attention every once in a while, especially on Twitter, people will be like, I'm thinking about starting an engagement group. Who wants in? Join in. Even if you end up leaving the group, 9 times out of 10, a lot of them will still keep you as a follower and interact with your content. Then you have engagement groups like My Beauty Babes or the Wicked Affiliate Chat, which just sort of turned into like a group chat of its own. Like, we're like a family. Like, we're tight. Like, I would throw hands for those people. Bop, bop, bop. But if you find the right group and like people that you have similar tastes with and that you mesh well with, it'll work out. That's what happened for me and for everyone else in those groups. So you kind of have to just try them on. If you don't like it, you can always just leave. That helps to grow your following. But like, also, hashtags are key to getting your content out there to more people. The thing with hashtags, though, especially Instagram, some of them are banned. There are apps that you can use that will like show you like what are the best hashtags for, you know, this brand or this product or whatever. Just kind of search and find them. I believe one was called Flick, which again, Cody J turned me on to. I ended up not really using it very much, so I just like stopped it. But because it's like, I want to say it was like $5 a month to use it or something like that. But it has like all the hashtags that are actually banned, because if you use the wrong hashtag that's like been banned by Instagram, you will get shadow banned. They won't tell you that you're banned, but if you look at your analytics, you can see you're getting 0 people looking at you from hashtags, and that's when you know you've been shadow banned. But hashtags are great to get your content out there. Like, say you want to see, like for instance, when I was doing my pumpkin look from Friday's video, the seller video, I went on Instagram and I just searched pumpkin makeup and saw all kinds of looks with like, you know, someone drawing a jack-o'-lantern on their face. Give me an idea of like what kind of looks are out there with that hashtag. So it's really great, especially like if you're, you know, you want to do like a green look, let's say, and you just can't quite imagine in your head like what exactly you want to do. You can just search green makeup or green eyeshadow and find all kinds of stuff. And that's something that could happen for you. Like, your hashtag could be in that list of people looking for, you know, green makeup. And if you have hashtag green makeup, they can find you and be like, oh, I love what they did with that. Follow. But what I like to do is I always hashtag like whatever brands that I've used in the look. And if there's like a particular product of theirs that I've used that's like a really popular, like, especially like, I hate to say this, it's like the one thing I really miss about supporting Jeffree Star is using Jeffree Star cosmetics gets you so many hits. It really does. But if you're like me and you're not supporting him anymore, it's like, man, I wish that traction would like come back. But yeah, like if he has a new palette coming out, or like if you're using a brand's new palette that's come out, use that in a hashtag. Like Glamlight, hashtag ice cream dream. I've used it. Check my Instagram. Another thing we need to talk about. You're going to be a public figure. If you decide to be a content creator, or if you're going to be on YouTube or anything like that, you have to keep in mind, like, all of your profiles are going to be public. Anyone can see them. You're going to get trolls. They're going to say awful things. They like to go for my teeth. But, you know, that's part of it. You have to be prepared. You have to grow a thick skin and just sort of shrug it off. And my key thing that I like to do for trolls is they help your engagement rate. They may be saying horrible, awful things. Ignore what they're saying. I like to just go in and reply, thanks for the engagement, and then I block them. It's fun. But you have to kind of get used to random people saying stuff. Sometimes it's good. Most of the time it's good. But you are going to get random people who are just going to say horrible things and try to tear you down for absolutely no reason. Someone woke up and peed in their Cheerios and they decided to just go on the internet and be horrible to somebody for no reason. You have to kind of grow a thick skin, and you have to keep in mind that, like, if you have pictures of other people on your profiles, other people can see that as well. So, like, you know, like my Instagram, I've used it as like my personal Instagram for a long time, and now it's more like my makeup account. But you know, like if you go to like some of my Christmas stuff, like you'll see some of my friends with my Christmas pictures and stuff like that, which they've also agreed to be in videos for my channel. So like, you know, they're kind of like get the drill. But you kind of have to keep in mind, like if you have a husband or just a significant other and they're in your pictures, like they could be open to public people seeing the posts, and they may say stuff about them. I've done videos with Aunt Judy, like the lasagna video. As soon as I uploaded it and made it live, a bot went onto the account and posted a porn link on my aunt's video. Like, I was so mad. I was like, oh no, ma'am, not on Aunt Judy's video. No, 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 no. Like, you can do that to any of my other videos, but I was super offended by that. But, you know, you have to be aware stuff like that can happen, and you have to know how to deal with it. The best thing to do is just block and report. Working with brands. That's something I think a lot of people have like questions about, stuff like that. So as you guys can tell, if you go to my link tree, like I have a lot of affiliate codes. Like I feel like it's a lot, I don't know. But some of them I do make commission off of, which is why you look at the very bottom of my description box. I always have a FTC disclaimer about my like affiliate codes and all that, because you kind of have to do that. Like you have to disclaim, like you have to disclose if you get a commission off of someone using your code on something, or if you get content gifted to you by a brand for like paid promotion, basically. Because they consider like receiving content for promoting as like paid promotion, like you receive that as payment, basically. You have to disclose that. Even if you do it like on Instagram, you have to put like hashtag ad or something like that. Like you have to be on top of that, or they can legally come after you for that. Like some of my affiliates, like links, I don't make money off of. So with those, it's more like one, I have my own personal discount code that I can use. That's like a bigger discount than what I can give you guys. And then the other one, it's like for every 2 people that use my code, I get like a free pair of lashes. That's like different ways that brands will work with you. Like some of them, like you will get like 10% off of commissions of like sales using your code. And then other ones will like just give you like a bigger discount. Like say like my code that I can give you guys is like a 10% discount. Then my code will be like a 20% discount or something like that. That's pretty common. And then the other one is like for every so many people that use your code, you get like a free product. Very common. The free product one, I really don't like that though. I really don't. The only reason I did it was because like so many people said that their lashes were bomb. So I was like, okay, you know, I don't have a lash brand per se, so I went for it. But for the most part, I much rather prefer the ones where you actually gain a commission, because that's more like a true partnership to me. Whereas the one where like you get a bigger discount, I feel like it's just like they launch an army of affiliates to get more sales. I'd rather it be like a set list of affiliates and everyone knows who the affiliates are, so that you know what code you want to use when you're checking out with that brand. You know what I mean? Like it needs to be simple. Like keep it simple. But brands get bigger, or like they're going to do a big launch, so they want more affiliates, so they have more sales, so they can afford to buy the stuff for the launch. and then they like make a crap ton of affiliates and everyone has a code and no one's using your code anymore because everyone else has a code already. You know what I mean? Like, that's what happens to me with a lot of brands, and I'm just like, that's my spiel about affiliate codes. Now, let's get into PR. So many creators do not know that PR stands for public relations. You are making an agreement with that brand to be a person, to represent their brand, to represent their products to your followers. That is what PR is. You are supposed to be promoting the brand to the public. People seem to lose that. I don't know why. Like, they just think it's like free product. Like, oh, I'm on the PR list for this brand, so I get all this for free. And then maybe they tag them and show them off in looks, or maybe they just use it. I have seen cases where like Urban Decay had people on their PR list that were selling their PR goodies on like one of those like resale sites. Mercari, I think, or something like that. Yeah. So if you're going to try for PR, know what you're trying for, know what you should be doing for that brand, because that ticks me off so much. Like, here I am fighting to like make a PR list, and there are people on PR lists that like aren't even like tagging the brands or showing off the products or like doing any content with the products, and I'm like, what's the point of being on their PR list then? Like, why are you on there? Why did you try for it if you're not going to do what you're supposed to do? Like, get off the list, let someone like me on there who actually wants to promote the brand, who wants to like show them off, and like, you know, like, it just makes me so mad. It makes me so mad when people abuse that position that they have with the brand, because there are so many people like me who would like give their right booby to be on that PR list, and like, they're just ungrateful. It makes me so mad. So just know, if you're going to try for PR, like, that's what it is. That's what is expected of you. And if you don't do it, they are within their right to take you off the list. Just be grateful. There's some stuff that like no one really told me. I had to figure it out, or like just ask around and ask around and ask around until someone finally said it. You know what I mean? Like, it drove me nuts. But when you are emailing brands, this is what you need to have in your email, okay? You need to have like a brief synopsis of like who you are, like what you like feel like your, what am I trying to say? What you feel like you bring to the community, basically. But like, keep it short and sweet. Like, I usually just say something about like, I try to be very positive influence and very like inclusive in the community, because that's what I do. Like, I'm here for the girls and the gays, period. But you want to have that. And like, usually what I like to do, because of course, again, I only go after brands that I've tried the products and I love the products, so I will like start off with a greeting, and then I will talk about like what products I like absolutely love from that brand, and like what like I like about it, basically, so that they know that I am actually a consumer that uses their brand and would appreciate their product. And then I go into like kind of a brief synopsis of like who I am, what I like to do, if I'm active on all of my socials, how often I upload to YouTube, and then I just kind of thank them for their time. And then below that, I have a link for my media kit, which we'll get into. And then I have all of my social medias, like what my current follower count for those social media platform, and the current reach or engagement rate for that platform. And you find that out by, if you go to settings on like Instagram or Twitter or TikTok, you can change your account to a pro account, and that will actually give you your analytics. So you can actually look at a post and see how many people came there from hashtag, how many people are already following you, how many people liked it, if anyone like saved it or shared it or anything like that. You know exactly what your reach is, like how many people might have seen your post but they didn't interact with it. All of that, like, you can see all of that, which is fantastic, because that's exactly what brands want to know about you, because they want to see exactly how many people will see you using their product if they give you product. That's the real tea there. So even if you do have a high follower count, if you have a low engagement rate, they're going to pass you up, which is why you don't want to do follow for follow. Tying that all in. So you want to have all of that, and then I usually include some like pictures. And what I like to do is go on their Instagram page and see what kind of looks they repost the most. Like check their Instagram page, check their Instagram stories, see what they're sharing from other artists. And then if I have pictures that are like in that vein, that's what I like send them. Then let's get into media kits. Now mine is through a brand called Zine. It's zine.com. I have it linked down below in my link tree if you guys ever want to check it out. But Zine actually ties in, like it links your Twitter and my YouTube are linked to it. You can tweet. You can link your Instagram as well, but for some reason mine like won't do it. Like I keep having issues with it. I need to contact like customer support or something, but like I just haven't. So it'll automatically update all of your like follower count, your engagement rate, all of that. So a brand just has to click on that link and they know exactly like what your follower, what your engagement rate, all of that is currently. So if like you send out an email, say, and you have your media kit linked there and they don't look at it for weeks, and in that week somehow like you managed to go viral, which if you did, let me know how you did it because I want to know. But you gain a bunch of followers, your engagement rate's through the roof. That's going to update and they're going to see it whenever they finally get to your email, which is why I really, really enjoy using design.com. But you can also, like my babes at Wicked Media, do media kits. Those do not update though. Like you have to keep them updated. But I really like the whole like it updates for you because I'm lazy. But you want to have sort of a brief synopsis of like who you are, like, just like a quick little like short bio basically of yourself and like what you feel like your role or your impact is on the community. Like the brand email basically. But then you also have all of your socials listed and all of your follower count, all of your engagement rate, all of that. And then pictures that you feel like show off your skill or like what kind of looks you like to do the best. That's what a media kit is. And for some reason, it took forever to find anyone who would tell me what goes in a media kit because like I just didn't know. No one wants to talk about it. So I'm going to talk about it because like I don't care to share. So let's talk about brands and collabs, okay? Because I feel like this is the biggest way that we get taken advantage of by brands. They will send you free product for content, or they will give a paid promotion, which the way to figure out what you should charge, because people will talk about like, I sent them my rates. Here's what your rates should be, okay? You take your follower count for whatever social media platform you are like in talks with doing like paid promotion for, and you divide that by 1,000. That's what you should be charging for your rates. So for instance, I laugh because it's just sad. My Instagram, I recently passed 400 on followers, which I don't know why. I just can't grow on Instagram. It's horrible. Probably because I don't do follow for follow. But again, it hurts engagement rate, so I don't do it. I have like 400 followers. So if you divide that by 1,000, I could charge like 40 cents for a paid post on Instagram. So really, I just wouldn't even. That's how you find out what your rate should be, is divide whatever they're talking about. Like if you want to do a post on Twitter or Instagram or something like that, divide your follower count by 1,000. That's what you should be charging. Now, if they're wanting you to do a video, charge more because that's more work for you, especially editing. Believe me, editing sucks. It sucks. When I post on Instagram, and this like gets me so aggravated, I will have like on average here lately, it's been like 3 or 4 brands reaching out to me, and it won't even be like the main brand itself. It'll be like another like sub account saying DM our main brand for a collab. Here's the thing, okay? A true collab, they will send you the free product and like ask you to do like a post with it or something like that. That is a true collab. What these brands are doing is they're like, okay, well, we'll send you a code for 20% off, and then after you buy the product, use it and tag us and we'll repost you. And 9 times out of 10, they don't repost you. They're just using you for free advertisement. And it's not even free advertisement because you're still paying a pretty like hefty, like, I mean, 20% off depending on what you buy is not a huge discount sometimes. So you have to watch brands that are doing stuff like that. And, you know, they'll be like, collab, that's not a true collab. I had one reach out to me recently asking if I wanted to be on their PR to DM them. And I looked at the brand and like they're, you know, this is the thing that I do. When one of these brands does that, like either DM me or they like message or not message, they reply to one of my posts, I will look at the brand, look at their follower count, and then go through their posts and see how many likes they actually get on their posts. If they've got thousands and thousands of followers and they're only getting like 50 likes or like 100 likes on their posts, most of those followers are fake. Either fake or they're dead accounts. So they're basically a scam. That's how you can tell. Like one little nifty trick to tell if a brand is actually a scam brand or not. What their follower count versus what their likes are don't match up. Don't get involved with them. Period. They're going to just use you. But I had a brand like reach out to me and ask me if I like they were trying to add like one more person to their PR team and they wanted to talk to me. So I was like, okay, this seems like a scam, but I checked out the brand and like they seem pretty legit. And so I messaged them and I was like, hey, you know, I saw your post. Thanks for the interest. You know, what were you thinking? And it was one of those like, we'll give you a 20% off code kind of deal. And I was like, that's not PR, that's an affiliate, basically. Because they were wanting to give me like my own discount code and then I would have like a smaller discount code to give to you guys. And I was like, I'm not really looking for an affiliate position, but thank you for the interest. And just got out of there. And they never even replied. Like they left me on red after I like said that. And I was just like, yeah. So you have to watch brands like that because like they're just going to use you to promote them. If it's something that you would buy already, go for it. Like they're giving you a discount code, you might as well use the discount. You know what I'm saying? But if it's not something that you would like go, if you're going out of your way to buy something from the brand just so you have the opportunity to promote the brand, that's not really benefiting you. You're just wasting money because 9 times out of 10, they're not going to repost you. They aren't a legit brand and they do have legit product. It's just the way that they use people to market themselves is a little icky and I don't like that. So you have to watch out for stuff like that because a lot of brands will just use you to promote them, but they're not really going to benefit you all that much. Another one that you really have to watch out for is brands will say, especially brands that sell themselves on Amazon, like they don't have their own website, they just sell on Amazon. That should be your first clue. That's your first red flag. And then they'll be like, okay, here's what we want you to do. Go to Amazon, buy our product, and leave a review, and then we'll reimburse you via PayPal. Like, take a screenshot of the confirmation so we know how much to send you, and then we'll reimburse you via PayPal. They aren't going to reimburse you, okay? Just know that, first off. If it's something that you like, if it's something that you're interested in trying, I say go for it, again. But just know it's not really going to benefit you. They're using you to benefit themselves. And that's common. It's very common. It's very sad. It's very disheartening. I think that's about all that I need to cover. Just Be aware if you decide to become a public figure that you are a public figure. Anyone can see your posts, anyone can interact with your posts, and you never know if they're going to have something nice to say or if they're going to have something really rude to say. And brands, check them out before you get involved with them, because some of them are scams and you really got to kind of weed them out. I hope this helps you guys out a lot. I don't want to see any of you guys getting taken advantage of. Just watch brands, check them out. Be careful. Don't be taken advantage of, and know your worth. That's the best advice I can give you guys. Okay? I hope this helped you guys out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.